This is a modern retelling of the prodigal son, also known as the lost son, found in Luke chapter 15, verses 11 through 32. There is a wealthy businessman with two sons. The youngest one day goes up to his dear old dad and asks for a part of the wealth. Business dad then divides the property between his oldest and youngest to give the youngest his funds. Once the youngest got what he needed, he took everything he had and moved to the big city, spending his money left and right, from fancy apartments to extravagant parties. Obviously, that lifestyle wasn't sustainable, so he ends up broke, no money, no house, no friends, no... Ironically, right after that, the city's stock market ends up crashing. The youngest son was now in need of a job to stay afloat by the bare minimum. He ends up working for one of the locals who owned a farm, and he was put to work cleaning up the animal manure, which is very different from the lush life he once lived. He got so hungry at one point that he hoped someone working there with him would pass him some of the animal food since he was too poor to buy his own routinely. But nobody gave him anything naturally, and eventually he realized that back home the businessman working for his father never had to do what he was doing in the unfamiliar city. They always had enough pay to get their necessities and more, but there he was doing much harder work for almost nothing. Exhausted and ashamed, he decided that he would go back home and admit to his dad that he was wrong and he shouldn't have left the way he did, let alone leave at all. He also wanted to say that he should be disowned and become just another one of his workers to make up for his mistakes. With all of this, the youngest begins his path back home, hitchhiking with all sorts of people to get back to his dear old dad. He actually ends up mistaking his house number and ends up a good block away from his house. Yet, his dad sees him from that distance with his pristine eyesight. Forgetting all formalities in the moment, Mr. Papa runs to him with open arms and gives him the biggest bear hug he could give. Also, in that moment, the youngest son tries telling him how wrong his own actions were, but before he could finish, his dad puts his finger to his face and shushes him so he can prepare a big dinner party with one of his workers to honor his son's return. He tells him to bring the best gourmet foods, steaks, and top quality drinks to celebrate. The dad then says that his once blind son now sees what once was lost is now found. As they're celebrating, the oldest son gets home from a very long day at the office, tired and confused from all the noise coming inside the estate. He asks one of the other workers what was going on, not even questioning why another person from the office was at his home. He tells the oldest that his younger brother has returned home and that his father prepared a big celebration with the finest foods and drinks to commemorate the youngest's return, safe and sound, just a little slimmer than before. Hearing this, the oldest became jealous and mad at the fact that even though he's worked so hard for his dad for so long, he's never had a celebration like the youngest is just from returning home. He confronts his father and emphasizes that he has worked countless hours and endless meetings with other business owners just for the younger brother to get better treatment than him, rather than him being able to have big celebrations with his friends. With that, he starts insulting the youngest's lifestyle while he was away in the big city, saying that he just threw all his money away. Their father then says that the oldest already gets treated well, usually getting whatever he asks for and shares his wealth with him. Yet, as for the youngest son, it is a time to celebrate that he's come back to them safely, and that after what he has gone through, he was once dead, but he is now alive again, saying once more his lost son has found his way back home to his senses.